Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about 5 essential business skills that artists absolutely need to succeed. A lot of people think that as an artist, you don't really need to know any other skills. You just sort of create your work, you put your work out there, and you are often found. And that's really not the case. As an artist and a self-employed person myself, business skills are really essential. It really doesn't work if you just post all of your content online and expect it to be found. It doesn't work that way. You need business skills. So these are my 5 essential skills that every artist needs to succeed in business. So my first essential tip for you guys is knowing how to market yourself. As I was just saying, you can't just expect people to find you online and in the real world. You can't just put your work out there and expect a whole horde of people to flock towards you. It really doesn't work like that at all. You need to actively put yourself in front of your audience and find your desired audience. You need to look into marketing strategies to keep people interested in your work. You need to look at marketing strategies to reach new people. You really need to look at that marketing side of business. So for myself, I'm constantly looking at new marketing strategies. I'm constantly assessing what's working and what's not working, constantly trying new marketing ideas and all that kind of thing. I'm constantly looking online at what is and what isn't working. So for instance, just recently I've been wanting to really up my game in terms of sales. So I've looked at other marketing venues and strategies which I haven't implemented yet. And one of those was actually creating an email list. And that's something that I've implemented, and that's something that's working exceptionally well for me. So I've done the research into that kind of marketing strategy and applied it to myself and sort of tweaked it a little bit to how I want it to work, and then applied it to my business model, and I've got a new marketing strategy which is bringing in new custom, new followers and all that kind of thing. So marketing is absolutely essential for putting yourself out there and getting yourself in front of that correct audience for you. My second tip for you guys is to research social media platforms that you want to be a part of. And you need to look at how their SEO and algorithm works so that you can reach as many people as possible. So you've got loads of different social media platforms nowadays. You've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, you've got Tumblr, all of those kinds of things. You need to work out which ones you want to put your content onto and which ones you want to grow your following. And you need to put the effort and the time into researching how the algorithm works, so how your posts and everything are shown to your followers and how you can actually gain new followers. So one of the obvious ones, and one that's really good, is Instagram and obviously Facebook, and their algorithms are changing all the time and you really need to stay on top of it. The algorithms can be quite difficult to figure out, but if you are part of a few groups, if you research in depth online, you can find the help that you need to be able to get your posts and everything to the followers that you want to communicate to. YouTube is another one which is doing really well at the moment, and you can't just post a video on YouTube or anything and expect it to do well. Again, you've got to put the effort into looking at keywords, how your titles work, how your thumbnails work, all of that kind of thing. And I'm no expert at this because I'm still trying to grow my following on YouTube at the moment, but I'm figuring it out. I'm putting the time and effort into researching the algorithm and everything that I need to learn to be able to grow on YouTube, and I'm putting that into practice and seeing my following growing. So you need to constantly educate yourself on what is happening within the social media world in regards to algorithms and that kind of thing. You also need to look out for rising social media platforms. At the moment, everybody's talking about Vero and how it's the new Instagram and how it's going to sort of take over the social media world. So I've sort of seen that and thought, okay, maybe it might do really well. So perhaps I'm going to make an account over there and start posting all of my content there to establish a following just in case it does take off. If it doesn't, then it's fine. And nothing really lost. If it does, then that's great. Then I've already got an established following over there and I've already got posts and everything, so I'm not late to the show. So you need to sort of stay on top of rising social media trends and see what's going to work and what isn't going to work. So tip number 3 for you guys is to create a business model or plan. And this is really, really important if you want to make a business out of your art. What you need to do is think of a long-term plan of what exactly is it that you want to provide to your followers. You need to look at every single possible venue, and you need to look at what products and services you could possibly provide and look at where that may take you. So I didn't know that I wanted to go into the teaching side of thing, doing tutorials and that kind of thing. It just sort of took off by chance for me, and I just started to do really well over on Patreon, and that I can actually make a living from it. So I thought this is actually a viable business plan, and I started to make changes to the type of content that I was putting out. I started the YouTube channel ages ago, and I was just sort of posting videos here and there, but now that I know that this is the way that I want to go and this is my plan, I'm putting in content strategies, and I'm thinking about the type of content which I want to make and marketing it strategically to go along with my business plan. So I haven't actually written down a business plan, but I have outlined where I actually want to go with my business, and I'm following that plan. And I'm thinking constantly about the content that I want to put out to follow along with that plan in order to grow my business. So it's really important to have a business plan that you can follow, and so you know the direction which you can take your art career as well. It's also important to have a business plan and research all of these possible venues, products and services in case one doesn't take off as well as you thought it would. So you've always got another venture to follow. So for instance, if you decided that you just wanted to sell original art and it wasn't doing so well, you could look at your business plan and your business model and see what other ventures and what other avenues you could take. So perhaps instead of maybe selling your original art, you'd written down that you could sell prints of that original art, and then you could venture down that prints route and still try and follow your business plan route to reach your goal. Tip number 4 for you guys is to know your finances. I know a lot of people find numbers and finances intimidating and scary and a little bit difficult, but it's really not that difficult to understand your finances. You need to just know your income and expenditure, and you need to obviously make sure that your income is more than your expenditure in order to make money with your business. So it's really important to analyze your finances every single month to see that income and expenditure and to see if your income and your business is growing. Obviously, you need to make sure that your expenditure is less than your income in order for your business to make money. So if your expenditure is more than your income, then you just need to make sure that you're not spending on things unnecessarily. You also need to make sure that you analyze that you've got enough money coming in for rent or any kind of important bills or anything, and that's especially important if you are doing this as a full-time living. So you need to make sure that you've got a head of your finances and that you know where you're going with regards to those finances as well. So my 5th and last tip for you guys is time management. As I said in the beginning, a lot of people think that as an artist you just sit there and you create beautiful art every single day, day in, day out, and that's not true. There are a whole other load of skills and things that you need to manage within your day. So you're not just creating that beautiful art every single day, you're also doing admin, you're answering emails, you're engaging on your social media sites with your customers, you're constantly answering questions from all of your followers. You also need to set aside time to do those finances and to work on your business plan and to research all of those social media platforms and algorithms and all that kind of thing, and you need to put the time into marketing. So you're not just an artist, you are also a marketer, you're a social media guru, you are a business person, and you need to set aside time to manage all of those tasks in order to create a successful business. If you was to just spend all of your time creating that beautiful art and not putting any effort into the other side, then you're not going to be a successful business person and you're not going to get very far with your art career. So you need to delegate which days or which times within a day you're going to do these other tasks. For me, I don't just sit down and draw or paint every single day. I also edit every day. I edit my videos for YouTube. I research the algorithms for YouTube because that's the one that I want to grow at the moment. I also spend the time answering all of my emails, and I also spend some time scheduling posts and all that kind of thing for social media. There's a lot of things that you need to do in a day, and it takes a little bit of time management to make sure that you get everything done that you need to. So those are my 5 essential business skills for artists, and you can also apply this to any kind of business. Most businesses need these kinds of skills, especially in today's day and age where you've got all of this social media and an online presence. You need all of these skills in order to grow a successful business these days. So before I end this video, I just want to talk a little bit about the painting which has been going on in the background. So this is something that I've had sketched out for a little while, and I've just got around to actually adding the colour and paint to it. So I decided to use my own reference photo for this one that I took a couple years ago. It's a nice zebra, and I just decided instead of doing ordinary black and white that I would add a lot of colour to this. And I kind of, in my head, had this vision of how it was going to turn out, and it really didn't turn out that way to begin with. I just kept working on it and adjusting things. I'm still not entirely happy with it, but it's somewhere in the realms where I can say, yeah, okay, this is done now. So this painting is just watercolour. I used a little bit of gouache as well, but instead of doing mixed media and adding pencils and stuff, I just thought that I would add multiple layers of the watercolour to try and get it somewhere to where I wanted it to. So I posted this on social media and I asked if I should leave it when it was at a earlier stage, and everybody said to just leave it alone and not do anything to it. Of course, I ignored that advice and I went in and added some more details with watercolour and stuff, and personally I thought that was the best thing to do because I'm a little happier than I was when I originally left it in the first place. So for this I just worked in wet for the background and everything, and I've added these like cool little drips coming down from the eyes and the ears and things, and of course I've got my signature splatter going on there. I do love to create a little bit of mess with the paint by adding a bit of splatter there. This zebra is available over on my Etsy store as a print, so I'll leave a link down in the description and as a card up above in case you want to add him to your basket. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it's giving you a few ideas of things you need to think about with regards to your own business. Perhaps you're just starting up an art business and you was a little bit unsure of what exactly you needed to know. So hopefully this has helped you with a few tips of things that you absolutely need to know in order to create a successful business. If you're new around here and you like this video and you want to see more like it, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button and tick that bell icon so you can be notified of all of my future videos, and I will see you guys in another one. Bye!